I'm stupid. How's everybody doing? BBN Network, Jack Frost, what's up? I seen a couple walk in to go like do their laundry or shop, and I be like, that's so dope, yo. Like that's so dope. I used to let's get to the show. I'm just talking crazy right now, just reminiscing about when I had those. I was in that situation. Anyway, let's talk about the show. So today we're gonna be wait. Let me make sure my volume is on because I started the show earlier and somebody said the volume wasn't working. Whatever the case might be. So I just started a new live. Volume might not have been working. What the heck do I know? And sheesh. Let's see if this pop up. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about allegedly Mamdani lost the election. Allegedly. They're saying that they've been doing some computations or whatever the case might be. And they've been going over the election, the voting results. And allegedly, Mamdani actually lost the election. I don't know how true this is. I'm just passing the information. So nobody has to be pissed off at me, all right? Because you know how people get mad at individuals because you're just sharing information. So allegedly, he lost the election. I don't know how true that is, but I do know this. All right, volume's on. So I don't know how true that is, but I do know this. I don't think the Democrats have been winning any of the elections. Like the majority of these elections, they like maybe 5% of the wins that they've been getting, they actually got. But I think the majority of these that they've been getting, I think they've actually been losing. I don't think the Democrats have been winning. But I've been telling y'all that for years. We're going to talk about USAID today also. But I've been telling y'all that for years. This is nothing new. I've been telling y'all I think the Democrats have been losing. I think the Democrats are cheating. Chilling. I've been telling y'all that for years. This is nothing new. What up, Kyra? How you doing this morning? So allegedly, the Democrats might have been cheating with the Mamdani situation. Morning. Some of our police officers are doing a great job. Appreciate you, fam. I pushed that gate so slow. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about that. So last night when I went to bed, like right before I went to bed, I saw some videos on Instagram where basically there was hosts that was saying that soon, that today basically there was gonna be a lot of surprises. So apparently today there was supposed to be a lot of surprises. I saw the post at night. Just so y'all could get the understanding. It was like right before I went to bed. It probably was like 2 in the morning. But they had posted it. Sheesh. Love black dresses. I don't know where she going, but she killing it. So I saw an Instagram post last night. And in the Instagram post, it basically said that today, expect for something to happen. I'm not sure if it was posted by the DOJ or by Trump or by whoever, but it was like, be prepared for something to happen today. So I wake up today, and apparently there is something happening in California. Apparently there is something happening in California. So apparently there's been raids going on in California in like mansions. Mansions have been getting raided. And all I could think about is this. I'm not saying that this is the reason why it's getting raided, but all I could think about is this. Do y'all remember a couple of years ago? Well, not even a couple of years ago, but do y'all remember that? I'm trying to say this, and so there's always been rumors that there's tunnels in California that is connecting the houses and connecting the homes and connecting some of the businesses. And one of the places that they're saying that the tunnels actually was going to, so you can get a better understanding about what we're talking about, is the Playboy Mansion. Now, do y'all remember that girl, Allie? I forgot her last name, but her first name was Allie. And she had said that she had got abducted and they had kept her as a slave. Remember? As a, and she got essayed and she had no choice. And she came out talking about different politicians that was a part of what was going on with her. I'm not going to mention no names. She came out talking about different actors that was a part of what was going on. I'm not going to say any names. But one of the main things that she was saying is that the way that they move around these victims is that there's tunnels under the mansions. There's tunnels under the homes. And that's how she said that they be moving the victims around and moving people around and whatnot. So last night, big things is happening today. Then all of a sudden we find out these mansions are being raided and witnesses are saying that there isn't anything coming out of the mansions. Like, remember when Diddy's home was raided and everybody was talking about the boxes? They was like, yo, there's some boxes. They bringing all of these boxes out of Diddy's home. They got baby oil. Remember they were saying that? Oh Lord, part of my language. So anyway, so there's no boxes, there's no nothing coming out of the homes. But what witnesses do see is they can see inside of some of the windows. And inside of the windows, they see sparks, like somebody's either welding or like somebody's either cutting through metal. There's sparks and everything jumping up. You understand what I'm saying? So expect more to come out on that. But there is a topic I want to get to. And then I'm going to circle back around to both of those topics because it's just something that I want to say, basically. This is not anything that's going to be that we're going to talk about for more than probably about a minute or two. I watched a video this morning. So in South Africa, there's like a village or some no, whatever. I don't even know if they got cities. I know they got cities, I'm joking. But there was a village, right? And in this village, there was a dude that was allegedly selling something that the people in the village said was drugs. But he's like, this ain't drugs. So the people in the village made him take it. Now, it was a white powder. I don't know what kind of drug they thought it might have been. But I'm telling you right now, if it was fentanyl, that dude a million miles under the ground. They put a heaping pile in his hand and they told him to eat it. So first, he just put his tongue on it and then was like getting ready to like throw the rest away. And they was like, no, eat it all. And if you see the dude's face, you know he in troubles. You know he in troubles. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up specifically is because if we got people in a country that we don't even consider to be a real country, because a lot of these countries we disrespect and they deserve more respect, right? And they are against drug trafficking, and you got the whole entire community coming together being against drug trafficking. And I just want to say, look at our culture in America. Our culture in America 100% is, and I don't care what nobody say, this is what it is. If you go to certain areas, they don't want the drugs going. And I'm not talking about marijuana. I'm talking about crack. I'm talking about cocaine. I'm talking about heroin. I'm talking about fentanyl. They do all of this talking, but nobody actually wants the drugs going. There's never any actual real motion to get rid of the drugs. They'll show up every once in a while. They'll arrest one guy that's selling fentanyl. They'll arrest two guys that's selling cocaine. And then they move out like there's not 20 other niggas doing the same thing. Now, that ain't me trying to say police focus on all the drug dealers. I'm not saying that. I'm just explaining, listen and pay attention, that even in countries where we don't even know if they got working water everywhere, they still have an ideal and a design to protect the community. So I thought that was interesting. And you should have seen the dude's face too. He was like, the dude looked up when the lady, you hear a whole bunch of women in the background, like after he just put it on his tongue, you hear a whole bunch of, eat it all. I was like, they know it's drugs. They want to kill the guy. But also what that does is, and this is something that I think that we need to do in America, and this is nothing to do with drugs. This is something just to do with violent criminals. We got to stop allowing violent criminals back out into the street. I'm not talking about somebody that did violence because there was violence going on. I'm talking about people that are just out here trying to pick situations with people, people that's trying to bully people, people that's trying to, like, you know, inhabit other people's spaces, and they're creating the violence, and then they're participating in the violence that they created. I think we got to do something about that, because I think that's one of the biggest issues we got in America right now. I'm seeing too many social media posts with people trying to bully someone, and then when the bullying don't work out, they the victim. It's like, this is the new thing to do. This is the new content people are making. They're going places, they're starting the trouble, they're creating the problem, and then after they create the problem, once they start losing because they can't bully the individual, now all of a sudden they're the victim. There's just too much of that going on. We got to kill that. With that being said, let's talk about Mamdani. So for everybody that don't know, there has been a report that was released. It actually, I believe they started talking about it a little bit the day before yesterday. But yesterday I seen it being spoken about much more. And basically what they're saying is that Mamdani did not win the election. I'm going to repeat that again for anybody that's not listening. Mamdani did not win the election, allegedly. They're saying that there was fake votes put in, which I believe, because I think the Democrats are always cheating. They're saying that there's people that was on the voter rolls and everything else that shouldn't have voted. Now, I want to take it back for a second. Do y'all remember when the DOJ, was it the DOJ? The USPS, the United Postal Services, said that there won't be any more mail-in ballots unless that state, well, whatever the state that it is, can't accept mail-in ballots unless they hand over their voter rolls. And remember, the Democratic states, all the states ran by Democrats, they refused to hand over their voter rolls. Yes, everything on this channel is allegedly, it's just for entertainment purposes. Just to be clear. If I'm accurate, which I generally do be, it's just because it's just that day. So I'm going to say this again. Listen, pay attention. The USPS, the United Postal Services, they said that they're not going to allow mail-in ballots to states that don't hand over their voter rolls. The only states that don't want to hand over their voter rolls are states with governors who are Democrat governors. Those are the only ones that have generally been against it. Now, just so we could be clear, I think some of them actually did. I believe 4 states actually did. And in those 4 states, they found something like 224,000 people that were not eligible to vote on the voter rolls. So in New York City, pay attention, in New York City, we had some of the biggest influxes of immigrants, of illegal immigrants and migrants. I'm just going to give a little bit of backstory on this so everybody can understand where we're at. So what happened was when they first started moving the immigrants into America, the illegals into America, Biden, they started trying to move them into the red states and in red places so they could take over the red states and the red places and turn them blue. But what happened was, I believe it was wherever Martha's Vineyard, no, I believe it was Abbott, or Abbott's the governor of Texas, and the other dude, the governor of Florida, one or the other of them, I'm not 100% sure which one it was, but what they did was they started sending the illegals that was in their area, they started keeping them on the bus, and then the Democrats, I guess, realized that if they send the illegals to places that's red, the red state, the red states, or they can just ship them out and send them to other places. You understand what I'm saying? So then what they decided to do, I assume, because this is what they actually did do, was send all of the illegals to blue cities, and that's when they started calling things sanctuary cities. That's where all that come from, by the way, for everybody that don't remember. So that's when they started calling everything sanctuary cities. They started sending all of the illegals to blue states. Now, how does this matter when we're talking about Mamdani? This is New York City is one of the places that they send a lot of the illegals. Pay attention, stay with me. Now, I just want to explain something real quick, and then we're going to get back on this. But y'all do know that when the illegals come into the area, whose funding do you think they take? When the illegals come into the area, they don't take the funding from the rich people because they got their own money. They're not taking the funding from the middle class because the middle class isn't even trying to get government funding. They taking the funding from all of the people that is considered to be poor. They taking from the how do you say, from the hood. They're taking all of the funding from the hood. You understand what I'm saying? So they're taking funding from the places where the Democratic people voted these individuals into their seats. You understand? Because who votes for Democrats more than anyone else? People who are poor. They vote for Democrats more than anything else because that's who the Democrats pander to. And that's why the Democrats have to make sure that everybody is poor, because people that have money don't vote Democrat. So basically, they have maybe hundreds of thousands of illegals in a New York City right now, quite possibly millions. I'm hoping I don't got to put two and two together. That's how you steal an election. Also, I got a question for all of y'all liberals that before the illegals got here was complaining that the government doesn't take care of poor people. Right? Why don't y'all care that the government still don't take care of poor people and instead is taking care of illegals? Y'all voted these people, allegedly. Y'all voted these people into office, and instead of these people working for y'all, black people, minorities, they don't work for y'all. They work for the illegals. And now they got y'all out here wanting the government to give all of the taxpayer money to the illegals and none of the taxpayer money where it should be going to help build up our communities. I need for somebody to explain this to me because I don't understand it. And this is not me hating on anybody. This is just me saying I don't understand. Y'all know that we need help in our communities, but yet y'all keep electing people who send our money to other countries. Y'all keep electing people who care more about people who aren't even native to America than Americans. When you tell them that illegals commit crimes, they say Americans commit more crimes than illegals. Hell yeah! Americans should be committing 100% of the crimes. What are you talking about? What kind of conversation is this? What kind of conversation is this? Americans, I'm not saying crime should be committed, mind you. I'm just saying, if a crime is committed, it should be committed It should be committed by an American. It shouldn't be committed by somebody who isn't even legally in the country. That's crazy. And that's crazy for that to be the barometer, is what I'm saying. That the barometer for why illegals isn't bad is because a people that's probably only 1 or 2% of the population is only committing like 25% of the crimes right now. That ain't even supposed to be here. I'm just saying. When you listen, because this is the type of logic that they convince their voters is okay. And I'm like, how is this okay? This is insane. So Mamdani might not have won the election. That's what they're saying. I'm going to walk around because I got to go to the bathroom. Mamdani might have not won the election, is what they're saying. I'm going to walk this way. because I'm not going home. Should I go? Oh, yeah, I'm just going to walk home. No, because I don't want to keep walking through that gate the way that I walk through, because, you know, I know because they're familiar with me. And then I'm encouraging. Sometimes I just walk this way because I don't want to keep encouraging. Because remember, there's a lot of people that think that they could just walk through the gate, and they can't, because they don't live here or because they don't have a valid reason or whatever the case might be. And they see me do it, then they want to point at me and go and talk to the guy and give the officer a trouble. Now, it's not my trouble, don't get it confused. But if they're nice to me, then I should try to alleviate some of the issues that might be caused because they're nice to me, if that makes any sense. So sometimes when you know that just people are going to do you right and people are going to do right by you, you don't always, you know, you have to sometimes, you know, give them that pass and just say, you know what, I'm just going to do it the harder way. Shout out to that squirrel. I'm just going to do it the harder way, because by you helping me, you know, too often, it might put you in a position. You know what I'm saying? If that make any sense? I'm usually thinking about others before I'm thinking about myself. Usually. Only problem is this is where everybody walks their dog, so you gotta pay attention. A lot of people walk their dog over here. If I lived over here, I'd walk my dog over here. If I had a dog, I'd walk my dog over here. You don't gotta pick up shit. Anyway, so Mamdani allegedly cheated the election, and I want to explain to y'all why that's so important that they're talking about it right now. So do y'all remember when Trump first won the election? And I said this numerous different times, so it is what it is. But I said that when Trump starts to go after the Democrats, he needs to wait till it's as close to the midterms as possible. Anybody remember me saying that? And the reason why I'm saying it needs to be as close to the midterms as possible, because it needs to be something people don't have to remember. You understand? It needs to be something that currently experiencing when the midterm is going on. If it's something that they got to remember from 3-4 months ago, the liberal news is gonna be easy to trick them. But if it's already in the cycle, you know what I'm saying? When we're going into election season, it's gonna be harder for the liberal media to trick people. So just keep that in mind. I'm telling y'all that the smartest move that the Trump administration can make is to wait until right before the midterms and then start doing all their big moves. Ain't that wild how I am consistently telling y'all what's going to happen and then it happens? Shout out to the Most High, glory be to God, Jesus is King, because this can't be for me. This can't be for me. I'm the man. I'm a regular person. But ain't that wild how consistent I am with that? Like almost everything that I tell y'all is going to happen or should happen, happens. And for those that don't know, a lot of the business that's way bigger than I am and way bigger than I ever be, a lot of them actually watch my content, to get get perspectives on things. For everybody that don't know. And when we was at the peak of where we was at, you know, back when we do a live and have 200-300 people in here, they would contact me on the regular, and they'd be in the chat on the regular, as people used to see, and they'd contact me on the side and ask me questions. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you, fam. The only people that don't think I do this well is the people that hate me and the people that listen to them. That's it. Like, I'm gonna give you a good example of how 99% of the people on the internet got me wrong. Why the people that I come to in contact with in regular life, why I don't have an issue with them. Why the only people that I have an issue with is the people that I don't want to be friends with anymore. And that's consistent from y'all knowing me. The only people I ever have problems with is the people that I don't want to be friends with anymore. Then they get butthurt because they can't be around me. I don't know what that's about, but that's the only people I got problems with. And the only reason why if I don't want to be around you is because it's hurting my energy. Good morning. Yeah, if I think you're doing that energy vampire thing to me, or if you just making it, hard for me to be able to, live the way Christ wants us to live, that's what it is. I want to live the way Christ wants us to live. I was talking to, so I had my Bible study yesterday with my Bible group. And in the group, I said something to dudes. And I don't know how much people agree with me. I mean it. And I said it's important for a man to treat a woman in a way that allows for her to treat him lovingly. Now, I'm not trying to say be a sucker to her or nothing like that. But what I'm saying is if you're treating a woman right and if you're loving a woman right, she's going to respect you and she's going to give you that energy that you need. And the problem that we have in our society right now is that no one wants to treat anybody else the right way until you treat me the right way. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes treat the person the right way first. You understand what I'm saying? Give people grace. Treat people the way that you would like to be treated and then see if they reciprocate. You understand what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to get into nothing too tough. I'm not shooting at nobody or nothing. But I did have a great, hey, there goes somebody right now. I did have a great Bible study last night. I love these people. Good morning. Good morning. Chilling. You want to say what's up to the people or no? Have a blessed day. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, I'm walking this way. So I want to go to the bathroom. We gotta. So yeah, so that was just something to think. And everybody here married and got wives and everything, and they all happy. I'm single, but I love the group. I think we're doing great things over there, and I hope to be with the group for a long time, and I hope to be able to carry my weight and do the things that the group need me to do in order for us to be successful. With that being said, give me 1 second. And I learn things because they got perspectives that I don't have. So I get to learn things. You know what I'm saying? And I know sometimes people think that I don't take other people. I promise you, if you tell me something that's worth knowing, you might not know I'm applying it, but I promise you when I'm applying it, I win. I promise you I'm applying good ideas. I know the other day I put our local police in the spot. I hope I didn't upset them too much, but I'm fighting a war over here, fam. Like, these people is crazy. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. So what were you talking about? The election stuff? So just so we could be clear, the allegedly Mamdani's election he didn't win. I want to see what happens, because that's what I think that's going on. Pay attention. I think they're going to rescind a lot of elections, and I think they're trying to rescind those elections by the midterms. And don't be surprised if there's going to be either new elections or there's going to be new tabulations of the votes that already happened. But what I think should be happening is that there should be special elections for all of these elections that people are thinking might not be valid. That's what I think should happen. So now I'm about to double down and say something else real quick. Pay attention. So allegedly also, this came out a couple of days ago. I think we mentioned it once or twice. I felt like something more was going to come out. I still feel like something more is going to come out. And the only reason why I'm addressing this is because we're talking about the Mamdani elections today. But other than that, I wouldn't have addressed this, and I'll wait for more to come out. Because like I said, I believe more is going to come out. So apparently, Trump really did win the 2020 election. And apparently, they have like insurmountable proof. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I think the proof that Trump won is attached to what happened with Mamdani. I think they figured out the pattern I think they figured out the pattern when they was going through like the Trump loss situation. Because one thing that y'all don't know is there's a lot of people who was working for the Democratic Party who have recently come out and say, yeah, we cheated. And actually been talking about how they cheated. This one lady said something to the effect of they were taking ballots that had Trump's name on it, and they were like switching them out or throwing them away or whatever the case is with ballots that had Biden, and they did it to like in just her area, they did it to like 100,000 votes, like in just that one polling place or something like that. Some lady was talking about. So that's a thing, just so we could be clear. Just so we could be clear. That's apparent. So, I'm glad I ain't stuck in that when I came the first time, because I did not see it. So apparently, that's a thing. You know, that's what it is. Anyway, why do bird? Did y'all see that? My reflexes is crazy. I don't know if y'all seen that though. My reflexes is crazy. Did you see that, Kyra? That bird literally almost hit me. Why does this happen every day? Does anybody else got birds flying into them? Sheesh. Kyra, did you see that? Every day. Like, this happens when I'm not on live too, but every day I got birds like flying into me and all this other stuff. I don't like, I'm trying to ignore it. I'm just being honest with you. But what is up with this? Sheesh. But you seen the reflexes though? I be trying to tell people they don't want to fight. I be trying to tell them. I don't know why they don't believe me. I don't want no problems with nobody. Please just leave me alone. Y'all have no idea how easy it is to kill a person in a fist fight. I promise you, you don't. Please leave me alone. Anyway, that's crazy, man. Damn bird, yo. And this is an everyday thing. This is literally an everyday thing, yo. I don't know why this. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. So, Trump, I think all of this is attached. I think what happened is that they know now some of the mechanics of how the Democratic Party is cheating. We've had quite a few people come out that worked in the Democratic Party, that previously worked for the Democratic Party, and they're actively saying that the Democratic Party cheats. They've been saying that they've helped the Democratic Party cheat. Also assuming is, what I'm also assuming, that's why I can't get rid of these people that keep following me around. Is, I guess, it's the frequency. It's crazy. I don't understand why this stuff happened. Then I'm gonna tell you this on my kids' energy. My daughter's energy is super strong, fam. Super strong. Like, you could, yo. Anyway, like, it's super strong, yo. My daughter energy, sheesh. I know she be going through it, because you attract everything. You know what I'm saying? You attract the good, you attract the bad, you attract everything, you know? So I know she be going through it. Anyway, like, even I just want to say this because I'm just saying this, but like, good morning. But even like as a child, like, you could feel her vibrate, like it was high. It was. Shout out to, hope she's doing well. I don't want to say her name because I don't think anybody else in the world has her name, and I don't want her to be stalked. I mean, there's a lot of people. I could call her nickname. We call her Emmy, for sure. But God is probably taking care of her as long as she can stay away. But it's hard to stay away from the energy vampires. You know? That's what happened to a lot of y'all women. I just want to say something real quick. But a lot of y'all women get with dudes, and the dudes just stealing your energy. And they not doing nothing good with it. They not bringing it back to you. They not helping you build with it. They not building for you. They not doing nothing. They just stealing your energy in time. Good morning. All right. Yes, sir. They're stealing your energy and stealing your time. Why you think you got so many young girls that age 20 years and like 2? They're stealing your energy and stealing your time. God gave you something that you were supposed to share with a spiritual being, but you sharing it with somebody that's devoid of spirituality. For whatever your reason might be. Maybe the people in your life have convinced you or whatever. Maybe you convinced yourself. Maybe there's just no opportunities to be with somebody that has a spiritual frequency that's on your equivalent. You know, that's anywhere near equivalent to you. Maybe that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though. Bam. Why do you think they got so many of these young girls that age like milk? We know, especially black people, we age slow. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think we got so many people, so many people just in general, black or whatever color, that's aging like milk? Why do you think that's happening? I'm telling you why that's happening. Y'all getting with these dudes when you should be with somebody that matches your frequency so y'all can basically feed each other. But you getting with people that all they could do is take from you, take your energy from you, take your spirit energy from you, take all of that stuff from you, back nothing. Nothing. And a lot of the reasons why y'all in these situations is because y'all listen to y'all auntie. That's some stupid shit. Y'all listen to somebody that don't got no relevance in your future life. I'm just saying. The Bible says that, I just want to say this real quick. The Bible says that the head of Jesus is God, the head of man is Jesus, the head of woman is man, and the head of child is woman. So imagine you have the opportunity to date someone who's vibrating at a frequency that Jesus and God appreciates because of, you know, they got, whoever got their struggles, whatever. But you decide that you're going to go spend your time and your energy with somebody who Jesus is nowhere in their life. Their frequency is low. And then you wonder why you got all of these problems, and you wonder why you sad, and you wonder why you can't be happy, and you wonder why your kids act that way, and you're wondering all of these things. But you chose him. Never forget that. You chose him. You could have chose that good, nice guy. Right? Just like with dudes. Sometimes dudes choose the wrong woman. Sometimes dudes choose the wrong woman. Sometimes the right woman was right there. And she was saying, and not hiding it. I'm not talking about you got the right woman is right there, but she also don't talk to you and she stay quiet and you can't even get. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, and she's actively pursuing you. But you want to be out in the world doing whatever you're doing and slinging it here and slinging it there. And the only way you could be with her is if you stay faithful. But you don't want to be faithful, so therefore you can't be with her. So you go out into the world and you got this great energy, but you're giving it out to all of these freaking rugrats that don't need it. And rugrats could be a man or a woman, just so we can be clear. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. Morning. All right. So, all right, let's get back to what we're talking about. So, what I think is happening is this. Pay attention. They know about how the elections are being stolen because there's people that help steal other elections that's now helping the DOJ. Right? Oh, here go the homies. So there's people who have helped steal other elections, and now they feel bad because I was listening to one lady talk about it, and she was talking about how now she's bad morning because of the things that the Democratic Party is doing, she doesn't agree with. Like, she thought they were going to do different things, and or she thought some of the things that they were going to do was going to have different effects. So now, like, I heard the lady talking, and she's upset because she feels like she was cheated by the Democratic Party. She's come out and basically, this is one of the people that I heard that was saying that she helped steal elections. She's come out and was talking about how she was helping to steal the elections. So one of the things that I'm expecting to happen is this midterms, they're not going to try to stop people from cheating. They're going to monitor and see who's cheating. You're, pay attention. Good morning. Chilling. Have a blessed day. Excellent. Shout out to them. They nice. She was letting me know she was going to work. I have no idea why, but they're nice. I like them. She's always smiling every time I see her. I'm not sure, like, so I assume that she has a good household and they got a good parenting system going on over there. She, I don't know, high school or something. She was with her mother, so for anybody that's going to say something crazy, I was talking to her. She was with her mother. I know the mother, I know the father, I know the brother. Very nice family. That's crazy that I got to say that because I be getting accused of stupid shit that don't make no sense. It was doing something over there. It didn't work. All right, let's get back to it. So just so we know. What? Why is this open? Oh, man, I hope I didn't send nothing on Venmo, like a request. I'm being so funny. Morning. All right. Big OG out here. Big OG out here looking slick. Everybody likes me, man. Everybody likes me. Just think about it. I think about it like this, right? All of our people that run around Coney Island talking about how everybody needs to hate me. Now that everybody like me, I know everybody looking at y'all crazy, right? Now everybody looking at y'all crazy, right? Because I've consistently been who I am. So all of the lies that people be telling, like, he's doing this for this reason. Now I've been here long enough for people to know. Good morning. Now I've been here long enough for people to know that I'm not doing whatever for any weirdo reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people make themselves look bad, man. Shout out to that shit. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, so that's what I expect is gonna happen. It's gonna be crazy, yo. Shoot that. Mamdani, all of them. I expect, and this, not that I expect, I kind of expect, because I think the best way to do this is for them not to try to stop people from stealing the election, but to monitor all voting areas. Monitor them. And if somebody tries to cheat, don't stop them. Record it. Get it? Because the object isn't to stop them from cheating this election. The object is to prove, sheesh, look at this guy's exhaust. So the object isn't to stop them from cheating this election. The object is to prove that they cheated in previous elections so we can remove some of these people who are in seat, that are seated in positions and ain't supposed to be there. That's what the object should be. The object shouldn't be to prevent them from cheating this time. The object should be is to get more proof and evidence that they did cheat. So now you got people that's been in the governor's seat for 2 years. Now we're going to get you up out of there. We're going to put the right person in. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the objective. All right? Weird. That's the objective. At least that's what I believe their objective is to be right now. That's what I believe to be right now. They're gonna do what they sense. You understand what I'm saying? Because it works like this. If you got somebody that's cheating and you catch them cheating like right in that moment, they're gonna pretend like, oh, this was a one-time thing. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to find out the methodology. And that's what I think they've already found out, because they got so many people that have decided that they're going to, you know, tell on the Democrats that they helped them cheat or whatever. So they know the methodology behind it. So now what I'm assuming they're going to do is they're going to make sure that what I think they should do is, I think they should basically track all of the cheating. That's what I think they should do. I got something else going on my phone trying to get you going. Anyway, that's what I think they should do. I'm not sure what they are going to do, obviously, but that's what I think they should do. Have a blessed day, fam. Yes, sir. Godspeed. Okay. I would have turned the camera back around, but like right up on me and shit. And then when I press the button, it takes a couple seconds. He would have pulled off. Man. So that's what I think they should do. They should spend their time, because when they bust them, because remember, if I'm correct, the Democrats basically can't win almost anything without cheating. They have to cheat. And for anybody that don't get it, if you got illegals of voting in the election, you cheating. Did you hear what AOC said? AOC said that Trump is trying to rig the midterms by not allowing illegals to vote. She's a complete idiot. She's a complete idiot. She said Trump is trying to steal the midterms because he doesn't want illegals to vote. I think this lady's filming me. I don't care though. She doesn't. People be doing that. Like when I be outside filming and they mad at me for whatever the reason is. They be like, I'm going to film you. Okay, I got like thousands of videos on film. I got thousands of photos of me on live. But I don't care. I don't even care if you film me and lie and say I'm doing something I'm not doing. I don't really care. Morning. All right. Yeah, I don't care. I got real problems. I got people stalking me and shit like that. I got real problems, man. You just standing on the street corner filming me. I don't care. I might have to actively try to put some people in prison because they won't stop stalking me. Like, you understand? Like, I got real problems. Grown people spend all of their time watching what I'm doing so they can find something to be offended about. That's a mental illness. Morning. Grown people watch me all day so they can find a reason to be offended. Oh, look, he looked in that direction. Oh, man, look how he moved his right hand. Oh, man, his finger pointed. These people got mental illness. Anyway, what's the other topic? What is going on with this? I'm going to just restart my phone. All right, there's a different reason why I don't want to restart my phone. I'm going to try it. I'm going to restart my phone. Anyway. So yeah, they're trying to steal the election again, man, allegedly. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they aren't. I assume that they are because I do not think the Democrats could win unless they steal an election. And I've been telling y'all that for maybe 8 years? 8, 9 years? Because I've been telling y'all that since before Trump won. Right? No, I've been telling you after Trump when I've been talking about this. So hold on. Let's just mention something else real quick. I'm going to explain to y'all something. Pay attention. I'm going to explain to you my perspective. Pay attention. The DOJ is not bankrupt, but their funds are so low that they had to leverage their headquarters for a loan, for a $15 million loan, so they could campaign in the midterms. Morning. I'm going to say that again. They're doing so bad financially, the DOJ, the Democrats, that they had to leverage their headquarters for a loan. Now, why are they doing so bad? There's a couple of different reasons. One of them, I believe, is because USAID got blown up by Doge. But there's another reason why I think they're doing bad financially. Pay attention. Their policies are hurting the people that would be financing them. I'm going to say that again. Pay attention. The people that generally would be helping them raise money, or that would be generally donating money to their causes, right? They are actually being victimized by the policies that the Democrats are creating. You're going to say, Jack, what are you talking about? You crazy. Why did he just dox Cynthia Nixon? She's a big proponent of the Democratic Party. She's a big proponent of the Democratic Party. Why did Mamdani just dox her and a whole bunch of other millionaires that got $5 million apartments in New York City? You know how many of those people were Democrats? You know how many of those people leaned liberal? He just doxed them. Pay attention. Don't lose the message. What else is happening? Just with Mamdani, just in general. Mamdani is sicking his supporters on other Democrats that don't back his agendas. You don't believe me? How do you think he got Kathy Hochul to give the $8 million to New York City? He set his people on them. Now, guess what happens when you dox millionaires and billionaires? They have homes right now that nobody is even living in. Okay, let's say they're living there. You just told the mob, morning. You just told the mob where to go and harass people, morning. That's what you just did. You told the mob where to go and who to harass. But they tell you that the Republicans is intolerant. They tell you that the conservatives are the intolerant people. But the Democrats are eating their own. The Democrats are sending their constituents, their followers, after other Democrats. Do you understand why this is happening? You know what? People don't understand why this is happening. I've explained this numerous times, but I'll explain it again. The Democratic Party is not one party. The Democratic Party is multiple parties. The Communism Party exists inside of the Democratic Party. The Socialist Party exists inside of the Democratic Party. The regular Democratic Party exists inside of the Democratic Party. And they all have different agendas. Every last one of them has different agendas. But they all exist inside of the same party. You know who I blame this on? I blame this on the Democrats. I'm going to explain why. Because for some reason, people have been, how do you say, that if you love Jesus, you have to allow people to abuse you and you can't defend yourself. This is not true. You do not allow for these treacherous, traitorous terrorists to, and I'm not talking about any demographic in particular. I'm just talking about people that want to destroy you personally. What's up, fam? Good morning. Morning, chilling. Yeah, so I'm not talking about, before anybody be like, he's talking about this race of people. I'm not. I'm just talking about individuals of bad character. That's it. You don't have to allow for the enemy to get inside of the gates. You can defend yourself and protect yourself. But since the liberal Democrats, Christians, they didn't want to stick with God, and a lot of what the Democratic Party is right now is anti-God. I'm going to say that again for everybody that don't get it. A lot of what the Democrats are currently is anti-God. Everything that they push is anti-God. I can't think of one agenda that they push that's pro-God. Every agenda that they push, the Bible is against. That's why I keep trying to say, you cannot be a Democrat and be a Christian right now. You can't be. If you out here trying to tell people you're a Christian and you're also calling yourself a Democrat, I don't know if that's something God is laughing at, but he definitely ain't taking you seriously. Oh, you better hope he ain't. You better hope God, like, oh, he just playing. You better hope. There we go. It's perfect. Okay. Okay, Kyra, you said some comment that I didn't have the thing on, so I couldn't hit show. I want to apologize about that. I just hit show. Yes. When a female has very high energy, frequency, I'm going to show you if it's going to pick it up. She says, well, anyway, you can scroll through it and see it now because I made it readable. But Kyra said that's probably why people SA people, they stealing their energy, and I'm agreeing with you. One of the ways that you can steal a person's energy is through carnal activities, something like sex. And yes, I 100% agree with you that is a belief that I have, that some women, you know, do get taken advantage of. Men do too. Don't lose that concept. But some women do get taken advantage of because spiritual energy is being stolen. And for the people that don't agree with me on that, that's literally what being a Luciferian is about. Like, literally. That's Luciferianism, for everybody that don't know. Like the boule. That's what that is. That's why they be, you know, doing what they do, allegedly, all of those children. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they literally are doing. That's literally what that is. Incubus and succubus spirits are real. That's a fact. Just going through some of your comments that I didn't see. My phone did not. They let me see them. I couldn't see them earlier. I couldn't see them to let them go through. You can defend yourself, man. Just because you're a Christian, that don't mean you gotta let people punch you in the face, and you gotta let people attack you, and you gotta say, I'm gonna turn the other cheek and I'm gonna keep letting them attack you. That's not what that means. You know what I'm saying? Jesus doesn't want his people to just lay there while other people murder and kill them and take advantage of them. Jesus, it all says in the Bible that God made our hands for war. Hold on. Where in the Bible does it say man's hands for war? Psalms 144. Let's go to it. And Psalms 18. Both say it. So Psalms 144 said, blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle. Psalms 18:34 states, he trains my hands for battle. My arms can bend the bow of bronze. God doesn't want us to just be victims. But the people that hate Christians and the people that want to abuse you, and some of these people are Christians, they're gonna try to make you believe that you don't have a right to defend and protect yourself. How the hell you supposed to be the leader of your family? How the hell you supposed to lead your family and you can't protect them? Explain that. Not only can't you protect them, you're not willing. Because that's basically what it is. Because you could probably protect them if you chose to. But you're not willing. Because some people told you a thing that God said that ain't even true. They keep saying Jesus is love this, Jesus is love that. Two things could be true. Also, just so we could be clear, King David was a warrior king. Why would God, if he didn't want us to ever do violence, have a warrior king? Good morning. Good morning. If God didn't want us to do any type of violence, if God just, good morning. She's pretty. Sheesh. She was smiling. That was a long smile, boy. She's Asian too, I think. That was a long smile. If God, why would God do that? That don't make sense.
Yeah, for sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So God says that, I say good morning to this lady almost every day, and she always look at me like I'm crazy. Every single time. So I'm not going to say good morning to her today. That's how people steal your energy. You understand? I say good morning to her every day, and she look at me like I'm crazy. So why would God have a warrior king if he didn't think that his people should ever fight for any reason? You understand? That don't even make sense. Why would God help David against Goliath if he thought that his people were always supposed to roll over and allow the other people to win? That don't make sense. Why would God bless Samson with mighty strength so he could kill, 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of an ass, if he didn't think that his people should defend and protect themselves? You see how none of this makes any sense? None of that makes any sense. Man, God don't want us to ever fight for any reason. But all throughout the Bible, he has warriors fighting in his name. Pay attention. Any church I go to that say that we have to allow for people to beat on us and just pray and hope that they stop, I'm going to stop going to. That's insanity. Evil people have to be stopped. Evil people never stop on their own. That's a fact. What evil person stops anything on their own? They don't. Evil people gotta be physically stopped. Good morning. Is she trying to let me know she's an adult? Okay, she was cute. Little blonde shorty, she was cute. So stop paying attention to that, fam. And I point that out almost every day, because there's this dude that whenever I'm in a situation where I have to I have to defend or protect myself, he try to convince other people I'm just being violent, while people are attacking me either verbally, physically. I had a dude run up on me with a knife and try to kill me, and he tried to tell people that I'm a violent person. Like, he really think I was supposed to allow the person to kill me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's acting like he thinks that. I'm saying he literally thinks I am supposed to let that person kill me. He argued that I was wrong for stopping the person from trying to stab me. The knife was like this big. We got to speak against these false prophets that come in Jesus' name. We got to speak against these people Because they got other people completely fooled, I promise you. Because good people want to believe that other people are also good people. You get it? I want to believe, I don't know that guy. I want to believe he's a good person. He's probably a good person. I don't know her. I don't know her. I want to believe she's a good person. She's probably a good morning. She's probably a good person. Good people want to believe other people are good people. Good morning. Chilling. Good morning. You get it? So yeah, often good people are going to be fooled by these charlatans. Often good people are going to be fooled by these people that's coming falsely in Jesus' name. Jesus never said that we got to allow people to murder us. I got my house shoes on. This shit is terrible. Fam. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of some of these days me in the eye. I'm not capping. It's almost happened like 2 or 3 times. Morning. Morning. All right. Have a blessed day, fam. I can show the whip. I can show the whip. All right. Later. That shit tight, fam. I want to start showing the people cars that pass by here. A lot of people in Coney Island got some dope ass whips. But remember before when I used to come outside and show my camera, these are the people that used to think I was trying to do something bad to them or something. So that's one of the reasons why I don't. You understand what I'm saying? Like anytime I film something, like there was people lying on me trying to say I'm trying to like embarrass people or some shit. Like when do you ever see me do that? Like I don't even do that. Y'all have no idea all of the things I would have been doing out here in Coney Island if when I first got out here, people wasn't trying to like get in my way. You have no idea. I'd be doing a lot of dope stuff right now that the community will love. I'm a community guy. I'm a community guy. I'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff the community would have loved. I promise you. Morning. Got some nice cars out here. Nice peoples. I love my people so much. I wish that things were different. I wish things was different. Sometimes I pray about it. I love my people so much. I wish I could spend more time with them. I wish I could spend more time around them. I really do. But that's not healthy for me. That's not healthy for my mental. That's not healthy for me physically. They might try to kill me. I wish I could spend more time with our people. I really do. I just don't got the option. Morning. I just don't got the option. I'm not, I guess, I'm about to say something, but I'm not trying to shoot at nobody, but I guess I'm not ignorant enough. You understand? So I carry myself a lot the way the Bible say that you're supposed to carry yourself. So that makes a lot of people think I'm trying to act white. Like, I'm not trying to act white, fam. That's what the Bible said we're supposed to be doing. We just don't do it in our neighborhoods. That don't make it white. It's crazy. Morning, fam. All right. Yo, throw me some Pepsis. I'm messing with you, fam. I need soda. Oh, shit, he's about to throw me one. I'm going to give it away. He's about to throw me a Pepsi and shit. I should have stayed shut. I should have stayed shut. I said, throw me a Pepsi. He was about to throw me a Pepsi. I would have gave it away to somebody. I drink Pepsi. See, sometimes you can open your mouth. Oh, shit. You stop right there? Oh. I probably could walk over there and give it to you. It's all right, though. I don't need it. I hope he gives it to somebody. Morning. All right. Hold on. Next time you come around. Here we go. Salute. All right. Damn, everybody loves it. Next time you come around, I'm going to try to get a better shot. What up, fam? Ah, there you go. I hit the button. Thank you, Superfly guy. No, there's this organization called... Oh. I'm going to be quiet. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. I'll say the other thing I was saying. Do y'all see how everybody likes me, fam? The only people that have an issue with me are people who I think personally have some kind of mental disorder. Because how can you have a problem with somebody who you don't know that hasn't done anything to you? And they haven't done anything to anyone, but you just don't like them. Like, that's a mental disorder. You understand? Like, I'm gonna explain. If you walk into a room and you don't know nothing about a person and you just look at them and be like, I don't like them, their shirt, or I don't like them, their shoes, that's a mental disorder. I'm gonna show you right now. What do the liberals do whenever they hear about somebody liking something that goes against anything that they think? You don't even got to be against the thing that they're for. You could just not be for it. Like, you're not even against it. Like, they'll be for something, the liberals, and you'll be like, I don't even got an opinion on it. Now they hate you. Good morning. Chilling. Have a blessed day. Yes, ma'am. They just hate you. You don't be against the thing that they're for. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I was talking about how you don't even have to be against whatever the liberals are for. You're not even against it. You just either don't know what it is, or you're just not necessarily agreeing with it, or you don't even know enough about it to be for it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't really know enough about it to even... But they're going to be mad. That's a mental disorder, fam. If you don't agree with everything that I'm talking about, I want you dead. That's the liberals. Morning. That's the liberals. If you don't agree with everything that I'm saying, I want you to get shot in the neck like Charlie Kirk. That's the liberals. That's a mental disorder. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I do sometimes? And I don't do this to create a problem with a person, but I want to understand. I want to be friends with them. So I want to understand how much of whatever we could talk about. You understand what I'm saying? So one of the things I do is I'll mention something that I'm not necessarily for. I like Aiden. Aiden's cool. I didn't want to say what's up because of the coach night thing, but I like Aiden. He's such a good guy. He's gonna be an incredible man when he grow into himself. I like Aiden. Bird! And not two more. Oh shoot, it's about to start raining. I'm walking. I like Aiden. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's gonna make an incredible adult. And the reason why I say that is because I see like he know how to mitigate himself. His mom did a good job. She did a good job with all of her kids. Well, independent of whatever she think about me, she did a good job with all of her kids in my opinion. Let me be quiet. I think she did a good job on all of her kids. I was going to give another compliment, but I'm not going to give the other compliment for a different reason. Because I think the compliment I'm about to give, if somebody was so inclined, they could pretend it was not a compliment and I said something bad. Like, people be on whatever they on. Anyway, so we're going to walk this way. We're going to see how bad the rain, if the rain really starts going down, we're going to end the show and go in the crib. If the rain doesn't come down so bad, I guess we'll walk over there, stand around for a minute, and then walk back around or whatever the case might be. But yeah, I like Aiden. He's a good guy. I like almost all of the kids that was at that program that I used to work at. And, the ones that I didn't, it wasn't because I, hate them or anything, but I don't want to be around people that's trying to agitate. I don't know. You can leave. I asked everybody a minute ago, is there anything that they want to talk about specifically? And we could change the topic and talk about what they want to talk about, since I've been talking about the actual topic of the show for at least an hour now. So you can literally put a topic into the chat that has something to do with not my personal life. And morning, that has something to do with not my personal life. And we can talk about that. So do that. That's what you walked into. Good morning. That's what you walked into. After about an hour of me doing the show, I done talked about all of our content. That's why a lot of times, like after an hour, the show just turns into something else where I'm just talking about whatever. Because right now I'm just staying live because there's a lot of people that watch. Good morning. Because there's a lot of people that, especially when we used to have like 200-300 people in here on the regular, there was a lot of people that watch when they're at work. There's a lot of people that watch in the mornings and they're doing whatever. And after I talk about the topic for a little while, my opportunity to, bring up something that they might want to talk about. And I'll share with the knowledge I have on it. Do I think Alpo is in hell? I don't see why he wouldn't be. Actually, no one is in hell right now. Hell ain't open. But do I think that that's somewhere where he's going to, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not going to get into it with you. But so actually nobody's there. But yeah, I expect not going to be in God's favor. I don't expect, why would you expect somebody that spent their life selling drugs, murdering people, and being a part of the murder process to be, oh, police got somebody stopped over here. They ain't writing them a ticket. Like, what would you expect? He's doing police stuff. I'm going to step back because you should not be filming police from right up on top of each other because they got a job to do. What up, fam?
What's up?
You want to say what's up to the people?
What's up? What's up?
Chilling. Lifeguard?
Yeah.
Okay. So police doing their job. You got good officers. I know sometimes I might be a strain on them and shit because you know, a lot come with me. Because a lot come with me, but we got a lot of good officers here, and I'm happy that they've been patient with me and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, anything y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. You want to talk about? He said, "What is Alpo in hell?" Hell isn't open as far as I could tell, because one of the first people that's supposed to be in hell is Satan. I know y'all, Satan is like the king of hell. He is not. Jesus went down there, stole the keys of life and death, and stole the keys to heaven. It isn't open yet. Satan gonna go. I'm explaining right now. Satan is gonna be in the lake of fire, right? So how could Satan be in the lake of fire and also be doing his works on earth right now as we speak? So hell's not necessarily open. You thinking about time the way TV and the movies have taught you to think about time. God, hell, all of that stuff, that exists outside of time. That doesn't exist in time. You understand what I'm saying? Good morning. Good morning. Chillin'. You want to say what's up to the people? Yes, no? You know. So, yeah, so all of those things, like hell, heaven, all of the other places between hell and heaven, that exists outside of time. So you're trying to wrap your mind around something that we don't even have the ability to understand. Like if Satan, if an angel or God or something like that came down here to explain it to us, we wouldn't understand. Maybe the only human being that ever walked the face of the earth that could understand is Enoch. For everybody that don't know, Enoch was taken up to heaven. He was taken through all of the different, realms or whatever the case might be. Enoch, Enouch. So, morning. Chill. So, hell is not really open yet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's there. It's open. The people that's in it is in it, I guess, but it's not really open. You understand? Because it exists outside of time. We can't understand it. That's about the best I could explain that with the knowledge I have. But I'm pretty sure like a pastor or something like that, maybe they say something different than what I'm saying also. Like, because this is just my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong. But with my understanding, it's not open yet. Yeah, it ain't open. Remember, Satan is going to be in the lake of fire, fam. Satan is not in the lake of fire yet. He's out here sending his little minions around to do his work on earth. You understand what I'm saying? I think a big issue that we have is that there's just a lot of churches and a lot of people that's supposed to be teaching us the Bible that's just not doing it the correct way. And I'm not saying I'm right about everything, because I'm pretty sure maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm confused on 80% of the stuff, some of the stuff right here that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have the knowledge of God. You know what I'm saying? I 100% don't think I'm confused on that much stuff. Just so we can be clear. But, and that's another reason why I tell people, she's cute. She's back here today. And that's another reason why I tell people, and this goes not just with when I'm talking about the Bible, but when I'm talking about anything. Whenever you hear anybody talking about anything, go do your own research on the topic. Like, people tell me something and I may agree with it to the point where I'm hoping it may be true, but that doesn't mean that I don't go to do research. I'm still going to go try to find out. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I allow for them to tell it to me, good morning. So if I allow for the and I don't go do my own research, I don't get my own understanding. You get what I'm saying? I'll have their understanding. So if I try to explain to somebody whatever the thing is, I wouldn't be able to really give them an explanation. I'll only be able to tell them what I had overheard or what was told to me. But if somebody tells me something and then I decide to go do my own research, I get my own understanding, then I can actually explain it. You can't explain it anything until you go look it up for yourself. Before that, the only thing you could do is tell people what you've heard. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's another issue that we just kind of have, because a lot of people are walking around thinking that they're geniuses because they heard somebody say something smart, so they go repeat it. But they don't even know what they're talking about. They don't even know why it's right. They don't even know why it's smart. They just know that it is. You understand what I'm saying? But that also goes with that energy. They don't really have any, you know what I'm saying? So, mindset, keep that in mind. Go do your own research, find out your own things. There's a reason why I could get up here and talk for 3 and 4 hours, and there's a reason. It's not because I listened to a whole bunch of things that people told me. It's because I read a whole bunch of things that I went and looked for after people thing. Somebody put a comment in the chat. Let's talk about that for a second. It says, yo, Frost, did you see Fauci repeatedly pleads fifth in Senate hearing about, I have not seen the Senate hearing yet. I'm out here with y'all. I think the Senate hearing was yesterday. I was at Bible study and I was doing a couple of other things. I was at my Bible class. I don't know, what do we call ourselves? Anyway, there. So I really didn't look into it. I'll look into it today and I'll be able to speak on it tomorrow or later today. If we do another live later today, I'll probably be able to speak on it. But once again, guess what he's doing? Why don't you plead you have immunity? Pay attention. He allegedly has immunity, right? Because of the auto pin situation where he got a pardon, right? So he allegedly has a pardon. I don't even understand I don't even think you could plead the fifth if you have immunity. So I need to know more going on with that. I need to go do my own research. Because as far as I know, if you have immunity, you cannot plead a fifth in a court of law. I don't know if that's the same way it is in the Senate. Hold on, I got a phone in here. Let's Google and see what Google says. Not that Google's always right, but it gives me a template to work from, right? At a Senate hearing, if you already have a pardon from the president, can you plead the fifth? I'm curious. No. Generally, you cannot plead the Fifth Amendment.
However, you might still plead the fifth if your answers could lead to state or separate, unpardoned federal charges.
I'm gonna do that because I didn't have the volume up. You couldn't hear. Hold on. In a Senate hearing, and you all have, oh shoot, I hate when I do that. I'm thinking like 3 different things at the same time, by the way.
During a Senate hearing,
that you already have the plea.
About the origins of COVID-19. The hearing was led by Senator Rand Paul.
Okay, so that time it said,
during a Senate hearing, Dr. Fifth Amendment rights and refused to answer questions about the origins of COVID-19. The hearing was led by Senator Rand Paul.
During the Senate hearing, if you already have a order, did y'all just see the birds fly over me again? Do you see how that's happening? Like, does this happen to everybody? Am I overthinking this? That birds is constantly either almost running into me or they all the time. Am I overthinking this? Put this in the chat, please. And like, am I overthinking this? I'm curious. Anyway, can you plead the fifth if you already got a pardon? In a Senate hearing, can you plead the fifth if you already have a presidential pardon?
Yes, you can still plead the Fifth Amendment in a Senate hearing, even if you have a presidential pardon. However, a pardon can eliminate your right to do so for the specific crimes it covers, as it depends on ongoing criminal exposure, not political connections.
Wait. Say that again?
Yes, you can still plead the Fifth Amendment in a Senate hearing, even if you have a presidential pardon. However, a pardon can eliminate your right to do so for the specific crimes it covers, as it depends on ongoing criminal exposure, not political connections.
Did that make any sense to you? It says, yes, you can. Assuming you meant a presidential pardon rather than a party, yes, you can. My language. Hold on. Pardon. Let me just put pardon. Let me just type it. It heard party. And now there's no voice activation. Okay, you generally cannot plead the fifth for crimes covered by a valid pardon. But you still can if your answers risk exposing you to new charges like perjury, state crimes, or unpardoned federal offenses. So, hold on. Hold on, that don't make sense. So you can plead the fifth if it's gonna open you up to new crimes? Oh, I get it. I get it 100%. Because first of all, you can't be forced to and you can't be forced to you can't be forced to admit to a crime, basically, right? So if by explaining the answer, you will be opening up yourself to crimes that you have not gotten a pardon for, then you can plead the fifth. Because you can't be forced to incriminate yourself. Okay, makes sense. All right, it makes sense. It makes sense, and I agree with it. But the issue is this: are you actually opening yourself up to new crimes, or is the person just pretending that they're going to be opening themselves up to new crimes because they don't want to answer the question? I guess that's what I'm saying. But also, what this leads me to believe is now you know where to look at for crimes that he might not necessarily already have been found and given a pardon for in order to be able to put him in jail. Now you know where to look. Hold on, give me 1 second. But no, I get it. I get it. 100%. No, I 100% get it. I get it. But like I told y'all, he wasn't going to answer any questions anyway. Remember I was telling y'all that? I was like, he's not going to answer anything because he can't. Because if he answers the questions that they're asking, he's going to destroy the Democratic Party. It was like, there's only two options because I didn't think that he could plead the fifth. So it's only because he had the plea agreement. He had the, not plea agreement, he had the pardon. So I didn't even think it was possible for him to plead the fifth. Just so we could be clear. So that's what we was talking about yesterday when I said the only two things he could possibly do is destroy the Democratic Party or do something that could send him to prison. I still think that he opened himself up to go to prison for the reasons that I just explained to you. Because and he's saying I plead the fifth, and you already know what's covered under the pardon. Now you know where to look to find the crime that isn't covered under the pardon. You understand what I'm saying? But also, maybe he's not implicating himself, but he's implicating, I don't know. Gotta really look into that. Also, I want to throw this out there. We just saw the police officer stop somebody and give him a ticket or whatever, and we had that weird organization. Oh man, God told me not to talk about it. Leave it alone. All right. Leave it alone. Is that does that answer your question? Is there anything else you want to ask and concerns with that? Also, y'all, but y'all can just ask me questions about things that's happening in the greater earth. Yes. Fam, y'all gotta understand, these liberals are not gonna, these Democrats are not gonna be getting elected. Give it a couple of more years, they're gonna not be getting elected, fam. I'm not capping. I'm telling you what it is. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, buddy. I'm not capping. I'm just telling you what it is. In a couple of years, they're not gonna be able to get elected because, pay attention, they are against everyone. And you're gonna be like, they're not against everyone. They're the whatever of love, the party of love. No, I hear you saying that, right? But you think Iranians are gonna vote for them? What do you think? You think the majority of Venezuelan people are gonna vote for the Democrats? Remember, the Democrats want them in bad situations. The Democrats don't want them to be safe from the communist countries that they live in. You think Cubans are gonna vote for Democrats? You think people that love any of those people are gonna want it? You think anybody that loved any of these people are gonna vote for them? They're in a messed up, they know they messed up. They backed themselves into a corner. So all Trump has to do two things. All Trump has to do two things I could think of in order to make sure that the Democrats is just locked out of offices for the next 15 to 20 years. Let's do it in second year. The next 13 to 14 years. All he has to do is secure the elections, right? And get rid of the illegals. That's it. Once he secures the elections and get rid of the illegals, the Democrats aren't going to get any votes because they've pissed off all of the people that actually live in America, except for the people that just hate America. You think there's more people in America that hate America than that love America? You crazy. So no, the Democrats are screwed. They put themselves. All Trump had the elections is secured and get the illegals out of the country. That's all he has to do. Once he do that, the Democrats aren't going to win any real significant races for the next 13 to 14 years. They could forget about the presidency. They're gonna definitely be more Republican governors than Democratic governors, especially after what Spitzer, whatever his name is, up there in Illinois has done to Illinois. You got counties in Illinois that's trying to secede from Illinois, either go to Indiana, good morning, or go to Indiana. They want to be part of Indiana or Missouri. They don't care. Whatever the name is, that's the state that's closest to them on that side. Or they want to just create their own state. They don't want to be a part of Illinois no more. Why don't they want to be a part of Illinois no more? Because these socialists. And when you run all of the rich people out of town, that's another thing like that they did in Detroit. I'll talk about that in 2 seconds. But when you run all the rich people out of town, you run all of the people that's paying all of the most taxes out of town. You run all of the millionaires, all of the billionaires out of town because you making all of these policies. Good morning. Basically getting robbed, and that these people, and you're hurting their ability to grow this, and now you're messing with their, and your argument is because they don't want you to steal from them, that means that they're greedy. That's insane. Like, that's insane. And just so we could be clear, good morning. All right. And just so we could be clear, right? Republicans want to shrink government. When you shrink government, you want to know what you do? You make it so you don't need as much tax money because you shrunk government. So there's less payroll. There's less things that need to be funded. Now, what do Democrats do immediately once they get elected? They talk about all of the programs that they need to do that need funding. So when Democrats get elected, taxes have to go up. And when Republicans get elected, if you let them do their job, taxes eventually go down because they're making government smaller. Now I get it. There's a lot of people that don't understand that, and then I'm gonna argue that point. I'm gonna argue the point that they're probably gonna argue in 2 seconds when they say, "But what programs are they getting rid of?" Okay, so let's say it like this: why are the illegals on welfare? Why is the illegals on public assistance? So if you take all of the legals off of welfare and you take all of the legals off of public assistance, do you know how much of you cut into how much you don't need now? Do you know how much money you save the government just by taking the people off that aren't supposed to be on? I'm not even talking about the people that's American citizens robbing the system. I don't even care about them. I'm gonna say that again for the people that don't get it. I don't care about the Americans that's getting over on the damn system, because we got bigger problems and bigger issues. If you figured out a way to cheat the food stamp system, I don't care. I'm not even concerned with the government trying to stop you. Get it? If you somebody that's cheating the housing or whatever, I don't care. You're an American citizen, right? You shouldn't be doing it, but I don't care. If you figured out a way to get, government funding for this and government funding for that, but you don't really need it and you're probably lying, I don't care. You're an American citizen. You cheating the government and somebody that shouldn't even be here cheating the government, I think it's completely two different topics. Now, guess what? I'm gonna hit y'all over the head. If you get all of the illegals off of the public assistance and all of these other programs that's meant for Americans that's not doing well, they wouldn't even care about y'all that's stealing the fucking money. Part of my language. All of y'all that's American citizens that's getting over on the government, y'all wouldn't even be a thing. They wouldn't care. Because they would be losing more money in other places. You understand? Don't focus on where they're losing the greater amount of money. And they wouldn't be losing the greater amount of money with these socialist programs, because that's basically what they are, that exist. They'd be losing more money in other areas, so they will focus over there, if that makes any sense. I was just about to say something to y'all and I lost the idea. Morning. I was just about to say something to y'all, but I lost the idea. I lost it before I got to the end of what I was just saying right there. But yeah, I don't care if you're an American citizen and you figured out a way to get over on the government and you stealing, that's between you, the government, and God. I don't care. But what I do care is when we have people that's not even supposed to be getting money from these projects. Morning. People that's not even supposed to be getting money from these programs, and then they all getting money from these programs. That's literally taking the food out of mouths of American babies. That's literally taking the food out of the mouths of American households. Like, that's my issue. You understand? I can't go to Morocco and then they give me a house and food. I can't go to Liberia. You know, Liberia was specifically created by the United States of America so black people could go back to Africa. Everybody knows that. Salute. I'm just telling y'all a thing. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. So I don't care about that. I'm not saying that that's right. And I'm not saying that the government shouldn't do something about it. I'm saying that even if I was in government, that's not something I would focus on. That's what I'm saying. If somebody was trying to do something about it, I wouldn't stop them. But that's not something I would personally focus on if I was a politician in government. Understand? If I was a politician in government right now, my entire focus would be on getting them out of the schools. My entire focus would be how are we going to get schools funded in a manner that is going to allow for the community to grow. You understand? I'm 100% with Trump when get rid of the freaking Department of Education and let's start sending the money directly to the districts so the districts know what the districts need. You understand what I'm saying? Because we shouldn't have the same criteria being learned by somebody that lives in Idaho, that the main thing that goes on in their state is farming and cattle and things as such. They need a different education. Their whole education system should be different than somebody that's, from Florida or New York. Their education system should surround around, just the basics, obviously, but also there should be more opportunity for them to learn how to, work farm equipment, maybe if they feel like it. There should be more, like if they in Texas, they should. I wouldn't be against in Texas, schools in Texas teaching kids how to ride horses, teaching kids how to appropriately know how to string up sheep, like using lassos and stuff like that. That's stuff that I would think would be incorporated into the work field in Texas. So I think that since in the state of Texas, that stuff is incorporated in the workplace, that I wouldn't have an issue with them learning that in high school. So I just think that every state needs to start having their curriculum adjusted for what that area needed. So no, I'm with the send the money to the individual district. I'm 100 for that. And I'm 100 on that. You understand what I'm saying? To the individual district. Send the money there. You understand what I'm saying? 100% with that. Just so we can be clear. Maybe in California, we'll focus more on acting. In New York, maybe also we'll focus highly on acting. We got theaters here. You understand? Because these are professions that people are more likely to be going out for in these particular states or regions. If you got a state where, if you got a state where, oil is big, I wouldn't be against there being classes or a curriculum that's specifically for people to learn how to work on tankers and things as such, and learn how to work with oil and You think I'm liberal? Liberal arts. There you go. I have a thing right here on the screen. I couldn't see it. You said liberal arts. Yeah, but I'm talking about, I want to take it a little bit further. Liberal arts is great. But I'm saying also that I believe certain places should focus on certain things. You understand what I'm saying? You got certain districts that might put more money into their physical education because in this particular area, maybe they create a lot of business, so they put more money in the physical education. You understand? So I'm 100% for the individual districts deciding how to spend the money because they know what the kids need more than the board of education that's, where they at, like in DC or somewhere, and they don't know what good morning, they in DC somewhere, they don't know what the kids in freaking Missouri necessarily need. So that's what I would be focusing on more than anything else if I was a politician. And I would be focusing on helping to fix whatever the infrastructure is in the area. We got to fix the roads. We got to fix the sewage, stuff like that. We got to make sure that the power lines and everything is, right for the areas that I'm at, or whatever the case is. I'll be focusing on things like that. School first, and then infrastructure second. That's just me, though. Notice I didn't say anything about crime. I didn't say nothing about crime. Not that I wouldn't be for, mitigating the crime. But that wouldn't be the number one thing I would be focused on. Because, you know, everybody's focused on crime, right? And I'm one of those people that believe if we save the kids of this generation, then we prevent crimes in the next generation. No, we save this generation of kids. No, we're preventing crimes 10 years down the road. We're preventing violence 10 years down the road. You know? If we save these kids. If we save these kids, it might be easier to save the next kids that come after. I keep trying to... Anyway, anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. And another thing about Fauci and his diaries or whatever the case is, imagine what's in his diaries that he wrote about that don't have anything to do with COVID specifically. Imagine. All right. Morning. Okay. I'm gonna say something that's wild. Y'all see me saying hi to people all the time. I promise you, I'm saying hi to more women than men. I promise you. At least I believe the ratio is at least like 3-to-1 most days. Most days. The ratio be like 3-to-1. What's up, fam? I didn't even notice the dude had a cigarette. I wouldn't even have said hi to him. I hate cigarettes. I hate cigarettes so much. I used to smoke cigarettes, and now all I could think about is how much I used to smell like fucking cigarettes all the time. We was in our church group yesterday, and I'm not gonna say the name, but my friend Jesse's wife, that y'all seen me walk with the other day on live, she said that sometimes you gotta pray to God that he makes you hate the things that you love. When he said that, I thought about a specific person, just so we could be clear. But besides that, and I realized why I think about cigarettes the way that I do. Person's a female, if anybody think I'm talking about that weirdo. No. Sometimes that's what you gotta pray. You gotta sometimes pray to God. You know? And that's what a lot of people that's dealing with drug addiction gotta do. You know? You gotta pray that God makes you hate the things that you love sometimes. Because the things that you love don't allow for you to do his will. What our battery life look like? It's time for me to eat lunch or something. Got a lot of battery. We're gonna walk this way. Bless you. this way. I want to eat lunch already. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have for lunch. But I did fry up a lot of chicken yesterday. Chicken cutlets, right? And then I have the hot sauce that's like the hot wing hot sauce. So I made me a couple sandwiches yesterday, but I think I might cook some beans for lunch and rice to go with that. I got some like dirty rice or something like that. I don't know what you call it. Pardon me. I think I might make that with some beans. I have the chicken. So I'm thinking, I'm not 100% sure. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might just be lazy and do another sandwich. Sandwich is good, I ain't gonna lie to you. But also, I might fry up a little bit more chicken so I don't have to keep frying chicken every time I want to eat. So what I do is, let's say I'm gonna be eating chicken like today or whatever. I'll fry up enough chicken so that I'll have the chicken I'm gonna eat today. And then I'll also have a little bit just in case, so I don't have to necessarily cook. Because I was only frying the chicken that I was gonna eat yesterday, but I was smart enough to fry a couple of extra pieces so I could have some for lunch today. Morning. All right, have a blessed day, fam. Black rubber right there. I love it when I'm able to interact with our people. Y'all, I know y'all think y'all don't understand. Like, I'm not really in people a lot. Like, I love when I'm able. Morning. All right, have a blessed one. I love when I know I don't always have the option. And I know people think I'm like exaggerating or I'm making too much out of it. Y'all don't really get it, yo. Like, it's really bad, yo. Morning. All right. Like, yeah, it's really bad, yo. But yeah, she was talking. A very smart woman. I love the talk. Her and her husband. You could tell they just sit around talking about the Bible all the time. I need a wife. You could tell they just sit around sharpening each other all day. Oh man, I mean, they at work, so they're not doing it all day. But you could tell they be sharpening each other. Like, that's what I need. People wonder why I'm not so quick to just, sheesh. I don't need the woman that I'm with to be smart, but I need for her to be a follower of Christ. And I just think, if you follow Christ, 9 times out of 10, you're smart. That's it. Also, I gotta be attracted to you, obviously, but regular stuff. And even though I find a lot of females, even though I don't think many females are unattractive, just so we can be clear, most females to me are not unattractive. I do have a specific niche that goes on with me of a look that I favor, particularly. I grew up with a lot of Puerto Rican influence, and so I just like fair-skinned women at this point in my life. But there was a point in my life where I only like dark-skinned girls. That's a fact. There's a point in my life where I only dated dark-skinned women. And I'm not saying dark like me. I mean darker than me. Shout out to Shauna. I just want to say shout out to her. She is incredible. I think she moved like to North Carolina or something like that. She was cool. I think she cheated on me too. That's a whole nother story. I can't really call it cheating because we was just like together at that time. But good afternoon. But we wasn't really together. You know what I'm saying? She just, I'm gonna be quiet. But we had a good time. I don't want to say too much. Definitely had a good time. And she was soft smoking too. I don't get it. It's not that I don't get along with like loud women or whatever, but I don't date them. I only dated one loud female in my whole entire life. I don't date them. Two. I don't date them. And it's not really for no particular reason. You're. It's not for no particular reason. I guess it's just, my own peace, I guess. I don't know. I just generally I like soft women. I think we're gonna walk back to the crib. I'm hungry. We will be going live again a little bit later today. I'll look through my Instagram and see what topics people have been sending me. And I may just drop some I'm gonna start just dropping regular videos on the page again. I guess. Maybe in the shorts for the time being. I don't know. Maybe both. I don't know. This guy smoking a cigarette, he's smoking. See, that's another thing. If somebody is doing something that I don't necessarily agree with or approve of, I don't think they need to move and go do something. I just do it. You know what I'm saying? I take the personal responsibility. Hold people to the standard of you doing something I don't like. So therefore, I have to be mean or angry, or I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I just correct myself. Because like with the whole cigarette thing, we outside in public, you got a right to smoke a cigarette. I can't tell you don't got a right to smoke a cigarette. But what I can do is say, I don't want to be around the cigarette you smoking, and I can remove myself. And that's one that you're all right, chilling. I couldn't remember if I saw y'all today or not. I saw y'all today? Okay, copy. My days run into each other. I love these guys. These guys are so cool. Y'all need to start letting me come help one day out of the week.
So, man, that's up to the association if you want to hire more people.
All right.
You're saying something, they can never really know what you're right.
Yes. I was just talking about one day, though, fam. Have a blessed day. Hello. Yes, man. You're. Come on, man. Give me that. Window don't work?
Window broken.
Oh, y'all want to say what's up to the people or no?
How you doing today?
Okay, now it's turned around.
Preaching, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a blessed day. That's the other homie right there. All right, have a blessed day. I wish I put on live and talk to when we doing our walks. But I could do that in here outside of Seagate. You don't know. I might go up to somebody. Remember we used to have that one dude that used to always come over and blaspheme God? Come up and blaspheme God. Just say the most. He used to come with whole entire books. Like he'd go home and then come over and just take all of the words out of context. God. Don't God. I don't want bad things, but I also don't want people harassing me all the time. That happen to somebody in order for them to stop doing something terrible. That that's just the way that it is. But I don't want bad things to happen to anyone. I just also don't think just because you're a Christian that gives people the right to abuse you. I don't think that neither. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not shooting at bad at that dude, but I do probably need God to do something in his life. I'll be occupied or decide that he wants to leave me alone. I might need God to do that. That's a fact. I don't have power. Only the Lord has power. No human being. What are you talking about? Morning. Chilling. Yeah, I don't got no power. What are you talking about? I'm just a regular man, fam. Morning. He works. So what are you talking about? I don't got no power. I'm a regular man. No power. Although the Lord is in all of us, because the Lord is in everything. So I have zero power. I have no more power than any other human being. The question you should be asking is, because people do channel the Most High. Yeah, oh, you're a dude, right? Wasn't that guy crazy? Or was fam? Was that guy crazy and blaspheming God, or am I wrong? Well, fam, I just seen my homie drive by on the bike. Well, I didn't see him. He drove back before, and I see him. I was looking down. I wanted to say what's up. I like saying hi to everybody I know. Yeah, this was a couple of years ago. You remember that guy, right? That was crazy. I don't know what was wrong with him. I don't know with that guy. That guy was crazy, yo. He used to just come up to me when and I'm doing this, and I talk about God while I'm doing this, because it's not really about the politics. It's about how God is in everything, and it's about how things affect God, and it's about what we should be doing in order to get closer to God. So whenever I'm talking about these things, or whenever I'm talking about anything, that's always like what the underlying. I don't know if I wasn't here with dreads, kind of stocky. He had really small hands. Squished out of his hands every time he tried to give me a handshake. I don't know, fam. This is not something you want. Hold on, I'll be right back. And just so you know, whenever I give a handshake, I generally just give a firm handshake, like just in general. They don't do. That guy's not doing well. The last couple of times I saw him, good morning. The last couple, I was trying to smile, but the sun was in my eyes. Cause my eyes, like the sun wasn't in my eyes, but it was like my eyes were straining. I hope I was smiling. In any regard, last couple of times I saw the dude, he wasn't doing too great. I'm not crazy. Y'all seen that? It so makes sense. I don't know if that was a bird or a freaking. I don't think that was a bird. I think that was like a hummingbird or something. You know, them big hummingbirds or something. I don't know why this happens. This didn't used to happen all the time. Like, not on camera. I don't know what this is about. Like, it's constantly happening. Like, what is up with these birds, yo? What's up with these birds and these insects? I got followed home by a squirrel a couple of months ago. Squirrel followed me home through the yard. It was crazy. Like, y'all seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Remember when he was running like through the backyards to get home before his parent? Like, that's what it looked like the squirrel was doing. I was walking on a regular street and you see like the squirrel like behind the houses. And so I didn't really think nothing of it. Until the mofo went to the front of where my house was and stopped. I was like, what is this about? Sheesh. Says, yes, I definitely remember him. Yeah, that guy, I feel bad for him, man. And I saw that he was doing, like, it didn't, he was not doing. We got to send that guy some wishes, some prayers, you know. And I don't pray for money for people. I don't pray like that. What I would pray is that, you know, God opens his mind and allow for him to see the error of his ways, and that's going to allow for him to elevate himself. So that's what we should be praying for. We should be praying for like knowledge. We should be praying for a closer connection to the Most High. Most people for money. They pray for finances. They pray for loved ones. I mean, well, yeah, pray for your loved ones. They pray for lovers and stuff like that. I'm not supposed to pray for that. You know what I'm saying? I pray to be able to treat the woman that I do find well. Like, I pray for stuff like that. I pray that I don't upset God. I pray that I get a closer connection to God. I pray that God gives me the wisdom. I pray like that. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't pray for money. You might need money. You might be in a bad spot. Pray for it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not telling you what to pray for. I'm just saying, you know, when I pray for things, I pray for it in a different way. I pray for things. Yeah, I want understanding. I want to grow closer to God. I want to be doing His will. I want God to be happy with me. Those things. That's what I pray for. If God is happy with me, and I'm doing good afternoon. If God is happy for me, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh shoot, you wasn't supposed to do there. I'm gonna be quiet. You might live here. So if God is happy with me and I'm doing the things I'm supposed to be doing, a lot of this stuff that y'all be praying for, you wouldn't have to pray for. You understand? A lot of these material things y'all pray for, y'all wouldn't have to pray for. If y'all was right, if y'all was, you know, right with God better. If y'all was better with God. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff people pray for, you wouldn't have to pray for. I'm just saying what it is, fam. Because I don't pray for money. Do I need it? Everybody needs money. I don't pray for that. I probably pray for others more than I pray for myself. I think we're supposed to. You're supposed to. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm like at 20% battery life. 20, I think it said 23. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Come on, let's go. Me. I don't care if you're Russian. I don't care if you're Vietnamese. I don't care if you're Korean. I don't care if you're Venezuelan. If you love Jesus, that's it. That's all I care about. That's it. Y'all be separating. Good afternoon. Sure. Y'all be separating yourselves, little demographics and all of these little different groups. And the only one that matters is if you love Jesus or not. That's the only group that matters. Nothing else matters. Jesus, fine. I don't even care if you speak English. I'm good with you. That guy over there puffing that cigarette so hard that she's coming over here. I gotta move down the block. Oh, he moving. His ride's here. Shout out to that. His ride got here. I'm very happy he was enjoying the commentary though. Good afternoon. All right. I'm happy he was. But yeah, man. Let's see how many miles we walked so far. Let's see how far we walked so far. So far, we walked 2.92 miles. Which is 6,227 steps so far. Yeah, man, we got to stop separating ourselves by all of these different categories. How you doing? All right. Different categories everybody put themselves in. You love Christ? That's it. Yeah. You love Christ? That's it. If you love Christ, we good. Don't worry, I don't need you to be perfect. I 100% don't need you to be perfect. I don't need you to be because we're all sinners. So I don't need for you to be totally removed from sin. I don't need any of that. You love Christ? Do you understand that he's the only way to the Father? Morning. That's it. That's all I care about. I've sat back and watched be tricked. And I used to be getting tricked too, just so we could be clear. But I've sat back and watched my people get tricked over and over and over again because all a person has to do is bring up race politics. And I hate that. What's up, fam? How you doing today?
What's your channel again?
BBN Network. That's dope. So homeboy was just up on me. What's up? I'm a content creator. I'm just shout out to the homie. That's a good laugh. He's like, yo, you work for Hollywood? But the dope part is dude walked up to me and he saw dude walking up to me and he started looking and it looked like if dude he was giving the energy like if dude would came up to me and was acting funny, it was gonna be a 2-on-1. So that was dope. I would film stuff out here if we could get people, if I could get people of like minds and work together. I've been talking to the Bible group that I go to, and I hope sooner or later we can start working on some kind of content where we talking about Jesus and bringing Jesus to the people and giving lessons and stuff like that. I hope we could do that soon. And I'm not just talking about getting in front of the camera and giving commentary. I'm talking about writing out actual scripts and then we go play them out and like, not even skits, but scenes. I tried to do that with the youth organization group I was working with. The kids didn't want to do it, so I left it alone. I think would be talented in this. Shame, but you know, it is what it is. I wasn't going to benefit from it in no way, so I'm never gonna try to encourage people to do stuff that they don't do that only they're gonna benefit from. I'm not even really gonna benefit. You gotta understand, these people think every time I film them on my live, they're making money. You understand what I'm saying? Cool. Every time I film them, they think I'm making them they're making me hundreds of dollars. Like they're gonna film, so these people, they not, some people, you know what I'm saying? Slow. Morning. Right? Imagine me saying I'm gonna promote you so you could, try to do your own thing on social media, and all you could think about is I might benefit. People crazy, yo. What's up, fam?
Yeah, you feeling, man?
Chilling. Yes, sir. You also. People crazy, yo. I be like, yo, let's go do a thing. Now I'm thinking about all the ways that they gonna win. But they're not thinking about how they're gonna win. They thinking about how they believe I'm gonna win. And I'm sitting there like, first of all, who you think is gonna edit all this movie for this video footage? Me. Not hours that's gonna take. Who do you think is filming this video footage? Me. Who's gonna then post the video footage? Me. And your whole concern is, even though you're gonna benefit, I'm also gonna benefit. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. Bam! It's insane. And I'm not even really benefiting. Remember, good morning. Remember, those other people, I was doing, and I'm not trying to talk about them, I'm talking about the thing. I'm busy out here doing $300 worth of free work, a minimum, every Saturday. And in their mind, they don't gotta pay me because I'm posting the thing on. You know how much money I probably made off of all of their videos collectively? Maybe $1. Maybe $1. Because I'm posting videos of theirs and I'm making like, after like 6-7 months, I made 15 cents. But in their mind, I'm getting rich. You know how many? Because remember, their videos aren't even getting 1,000 views. Hello. I'm getting like 100 views, 200 views. I'm not even getting any views. You understand? I'm not even getting any views. I'm getting 100 views on the video. I'm making 15 cents off of that video that I spent freaking 2-3 hours filming. I'm getting 15 cents. And you can't even give me a plate of food. No good deed goes unpunished. What up, fam? But yeah, outside of that, yeah, I would love to be doing like stuff. But you gotta understand, people are crazy. They think if you put them on their page, like, oh, you're gonna go viral. Like they're the missing link to you going viral. Niggas don't even know who you are. People know who I am more than they know who you are. I'm more liable to go viral for being on the damn thing by myself than I am going viral being with you. I don't mean to say it like that, but these are facts. But when you tell people stuff like that, that's cold hard facts, in their mind, you being harsh to them. You understand what I'm saying? After they was already accusing you of trying to use them. You understand? Always the victim. Not ashamed of no shame. Just no shame. Not ashamed of not one thing. These people crazy. Out of all of the videos that I uploaded from them, if we go on the high end of how much money I could have made, it's still $5. Facts change feelings, but feelings don't change facts. All of the videos I've ever posted with them, if you take all of the money, it's under $5. A lot. I don't even think it's. You understand? But what's up, fam? But it needs. That's a nice colors. She looking nice over there. I like the legs. She definitely married. Yeah, people crazy, yo. And just so we can be clear, I have 100K followers. Who get your followers up? And their thinking is, while I'm helping them, I might benefit, so they don't want me to do it. Man, these people are crazy. Not anybody is, I'm saying that way of thinking is crazy. Y'all better start treating people who do the most for y'all and don't want anything. Y'all better start treating them better. I'm not talking to them. I'm just saying in general. Y'all better start treating those people better that don't want nothing from you. Y'all better start treating them better. People will pull up on you, don't want to do nothing but help you. Don't want nothing. And then y'all treat that how bad y'all treated them. People are terrible. As soon as people find out how bad they treated you, they treat you like absolute dirt. As soon as people find out, now all of a sudden they the victim. Now they the victim. Because you wasn't supposed to tell everybody how terrible they were. You wasn't supposed to tell everybody about how bad they treated you. So now they're the victim. And also, I'm gonna just add something on to that real quick. While I was giving them all this free stuff, they were basically telling me it wasn't enough and I needed. What's up, fam? Yes, sir.
You retired. I didn't see you by right age no more, by the China.
When I go down there, people be trying to attack me and everything.
That's enough about it.
That's a fact.
Feel me?
Yes, sir. Fam. While I was doing all of this free work for them, getting zero compensation of any kind, they don't even want to give me, when they're giving free food to other people, they don't even want to give me any of that. But they still have the nerve to come to me and tell me on the work paying for and that I wasn't getting any type of compensation for. Had the nerve to tell me that. I wasn't editing currently. I wasn't editing them better paying enough. There's a reason why I'm telling you these people are not good. I'm not just saying that because I'm upset. That's why I keep saying, if any of the people that I'm friends with try to help that friends with you, that's it. I'm not gonna you. If we gotta still go to the same places, we still gotta go to the same places. It is what it is. But I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. We just not friends no more. I'm not even gonna tell you about it. I'm just gonna not be friends anymore. Do something for free for somebody that you could be charging them $200 to $300 for easy, but you're doing it for free. They've been complaining that you're not doing well enough. Sit with that. It's my life looking like. Did I walk the long way or I have to walk the way if I head back now? Oh, good. I don't got to head back now. They lied for a little while. What else y'all want to talk about, fam? Put it in the chat. Also, there's no bathroom over there for me right now. If there was a bathroom over there, I might walk over there once a week, not twice. But I might walk over there like once a week, but there's no bathroom over there for me. So if I go over there, there's no bathroom. Rick Parker just passed away? Oh shit. How? Shout out to the Most High, glory be to God, Jesus is King. I just want to just thank my Lord and Savior. That's it. Thank you. I'm going to say this again. With the exception of if you try to help somebody that I don't deal with, like corner me, like you try to, good afternoon, like if you try to help somebody who means me harm, corner me in any way, shape, or form, I'm probably going to unfriend you. Because as far as I'm concerned, you helping Satan get to me, right? But 99% of the time that I decide that I'm not going to deal with somebody no more, they didn't do one thing. They didn't do 5 things. They didn't do 10 things. Come on. They did multiple things. Yes, I consider that a betrayal. That's a fact. They've done multiple things. And I promise you, and I promise you, how you doing? And I promise you, I've forgiven them for all of the things that they've done. But God says, bad company corrupts good character. How y'all doing? God says bad company corrupts good character. So I keep forgiving people that's bad company, and I keep these people that's bad company around me. How am I going to be able to stay being the character or the person that I am? They're going to corrupt my character. I might become, you know, like right now, I'm really disillusioned with my own people. Because I've had to be around too many of them that just, you understand? So you're not supposed to keep people around you. I don't care how much they talk about, oh, he got because the dude that's doing all this evil stuff to me, he's busy telling people I got the spirit of unforgiveness. You're forgiven. I don't know how many times I got to tell you that. But that don't mean that we're going to be friends. That don't mean I'm ever going to talk to you again. I could forgive you and never speak to you. I don't know why you think somebody, how you doing? That the only way somebody could forgive you is if they allow you to continue to do harm to them. That's crazy. You can forgive somebody and never speak to them again. When I read that you could do that in the Bible, I literally said doing it that day. I'm not even capping. I forgot where that's at in the Bible, but I read it like when I was a kid. As soon as I read, oh man, how you doing? As soon as I read that you don't have to deal with people after you forgive them, you could just never talk to them again, I immediately started doing that. Immediately. I was still a teenager. Immediately. Man, I don't got to talk to that person no more. I don't got to allow that person the opportunity to keep doing the things that upset me. Man, I'm never going to talk to that person again. God said this is okay. Man, I'm never going to talk to that person again. I make myself happy, man. That's why I got so many energy. Like, my energy really be intoxicating sometimes. That's why I can't get rid of assholes. I'm just saying what it is, man. And I'm telling you right now, when you hang out with me, it's just me and you. You don't understand. People love my energy, fam. Man, stop keeping those people around you that don't mean no good, man. People, man. I mean, yeah, you have to keep forgiving people, but you don't have to keep allowing people to have access to you that you have to keep forgiving. God wants us to have God wants us to have peace. God wants us to be in a state of mind that allows for us to do his will. How are we going to be in a state of mind to do God's will if the people that we keep around us is constantly trying to agitate us? If the people that we keep around us is constantly trying to keep us upset? If the people that we keep around us is constantly trying to serve purposes that go against our purpose? How are we going to do God's will? Explain it. Explain it. There's a reason why in the Bible, God says, fathers, don't be antagonizers of your child. Hold on, let me get the actual passage. Where in the Bible does it say God doesn't want fathers to antagonize their children?
The Bible addresses this in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, and also in Colossians chapter 3, verse 21.
So Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4 reads, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. That's what it says. You understand? So let's extrapolate out from that. As human beings, not supposed to be going around agitating people. We're not trying to make people upset. We're just beings, just as people. Now think of what we live in now where everybody's a hater and everybody's trolling. That behavior is 100% the opposite of what God wants us to do. So every time I see people doing, all I'm thinking is, you better change ways before it's too late. You better go find Christ. Good afternoon. Chilling. Have a blessed day. Okay. She thick as heck, man. And she got red hair. Sheesh. I'm a big fan of chestnut gingers. I'm a big fan of that. That's literally my favorite hair color. In that order. So, we're not supposed to be antagonizing each other. That's why I'm going to tell you some of the most evil people in my opinion. System AU isn't responding. Wait, I don't know what that means. I'm just going to hit wait. Okay, we might get kicked out of the live. Let me check. Alright, the thing disappeared. telling you what it is. Sheesh, man. Shorty just walk right behind me, blowing. I never want to be around that girl. Just I don't care what you. I don't just walk behind me trying to blow all the smoke. Like what the fuck, yo? What the hell you did that for? Walk past me blowing all that smoke. She don't see me talking. Shout out to that though. Next time I see her, I'll just walk to her. Anyway, so see, that's how I do. I'm upset at what happened, but at the same time, I can't go to her and say anything to her because we out in public. You got a right to freaking smoke. That's crazy. But why'd you do that? You know what I'm saying? And then she walked past me after blowing all the smoke, and then she put whatever she was smoking out. You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? All right, this popped up again. I'll press wait again. I think we gotta get ready to kill the live anyway. Which way we want? Do I want to walk the long way or the short way? The app might close. Press the button, the app might close. Okay, they're not even letting me press that button. Yeah, I think I could walk this way though. Now I'm trying to read what you wrote. What the heck, fam? Get off the screen. There we go. Now I'm trying. Yeah. So I can't stand those people. I can't wait for God to get His hands on those people. I can't stand the people that get in front of you, create a situation like they some super tough bully, and be like, "Touch me! You better touch me!" If you know, because they're in your face already. And then if you protect or defend yourself, I just want to make it clear. And you don't want them in your space, and you're asking for them to not be in your space. You then hitting them with them being aggressively in your space. I don't know what anybody else consider that, but I consider that self-defense. How y'all doing today? Chilling. I consider that self-defense. I'm just letting you know. And real quick message, stop trying to overhand punches like that when people right up on you. Your uppercut is right there, man. Just hit them with the uppercut. I promise you. You're going to like that. When they try to close in and get stupid close to you, hit them with that uppercut, man, right on the chin. You're going to straighten out a lot of people. I promise you. They're not going to see it coming either. You're going to straighten a lot of people out. Can't stand them. So yeah, so people do that. Now I gotta wait for this thing to get off the screen again. The system process isn't responding. Counter punches are clutch with good defense. Well, yeah, but the thing I'm telling you to do, you're not even gonna need to do a counter punch. Ain't no defense. Not gonna need it. Fight's gonna be over. I'm telling you how to end it. It's gonna be over. It's not gonna be a fight. I was watching a dude fight a guy fight another kid on Instagram, right? And he was getting absolutely washed. He did not know how to fight. But the guy that was on his side was busy yelling, "Keep your head up. Nigga, keep your chin down." What are you telling him? You gotta tuck your chin. Like, what was that guy talking about? You gotta tuck your chin. He was telling him to keep his head up. Nigga, you gotta tuck your chin. You gotta move the shoulders. What are you talking about? People crazy, yo. Stop listening to people like they know what they talking about, because you don't know it. Because just because you don't know something, that don't mean the other guy knows. Like, what the hell? And the other guy just kept hitting him right on the chin. He was just knocked him down like 3 times. It was crazy. Yeah, it might not be responding. I think the phone, and I'm feeling the phone is hot as hell. I say 12? Oh man, I better walk fast. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, I not have to fight because I don't never want to fight. You understand? And if you never fight, the smartest thing to do is figure. I never want to fight. Yeah, I don't know how. I think people really don't know how easy it is to kill somebody just in a regular fight with how easy it is to take somebody's life like that. When you're actually strong, when you actually know what you're doing, you know, even if you don't know what you're doing, when you're actually strong and fast and know, you might be out here, you might kill somebody by accident, man. I'm just telling you what it is. And then now you got to go to court and you got to figure it out. Thoughts of LeBron to Philly? So, a couple of things. One, I also heard they're trying to make a trade for Luka. I kind of hope they do. Because Luka don't play defense. LeBron don't play defense. If they don't trade for Luka, Embiid don't play defense. I think that's good for us. If they get LeBron, then we just got to worry about a 40-year-old something, well, however old LeBron is, trying to play the 30 minutes of playoff game. I'm good with that. I think LeBron is more of a liability to teams, with the exception of the money. I'm talking about with their ability to win. I think LeBron is a liability than anything else. People want to say those chase down blocks. Okay, he got some good chase down blocks. He has some great chase down blocks, to be honest with you. But when was the last time you seen LeBron stand in front of somebody and shut him down? I seen Kobe do it. I seen Kobe do it a ton of times. When was the last time you seen that? Also, I'm sorry, LeBron don't gotta. I'm not scared of LeBron when he gets defense decides to double him, or the defense looks away from their player and they cut back door or something. So my thing would be, no, we're gonna let LeBron shoot. We're gonna let LeBron shoot 50 times if he wants. He's gonna have to prove to us. I don't care if he's. Now, if that's Kobe, we gotta send a double. We might have to send a quadruple. If that's Jordan, we might have to try to kill him. We might, because it doesn't make sense to double Jordan that much either. We might just have to wait him to drive to the basket and try to murder him. I'm just being honest with you. Some of Jordan's greatest dunks come off of breaking the double team, fam. Like that dunk that he did on Ewan. He broke the double team in the corner, Starks and Oakley. Nah, man, I would just let LeBron, and I tell the team whenever LeBron touches the ball, we get closer to our guy. We're not helping. I'm 100% comfortable with OG on LeBron. I'm also comfortable with him on LeBron, one-on-one. I'm comfortable with these guys on LeBron one. I'm comfortable with Brunson on LeBron one-on-one. I don't think LeBron has a one-on-one game. And if you game, there's no need to double you. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you struggle to beat somebody one-on-one, there's no reason to double you. And I think LeBron struggles to beat people one-on-one. That's just my opinion. You can take it however you want to take it. Morning. Getting a Mac on. Over there getting her Mac on. Every point guard does. Y'all giving him way too much credit for that. Every point guard does that. Every single star player does that. You know what I'm saying? Like, way too much credit. And since LeBron is not a jump shot shooter, he's a better jump shooter. He's not a great jump shot shooter. Not only is he not a great jump shot shooter, he's not a great three-point shooter either, just in general. Can't shoot neither one. Why double him? I don't understand. He doesn't have a crossover. He doesn't have a crossover. He doesn't have crossover. He doesn't have any actual one-on-one moves. There's no reason to double. Doubling him is insane. I would have stopped doubling LeBron years ago, fam. I'm just being honest with you. I'm fine scoring away because his 30, if we don't double him, his 30 also. A lot of times people get on because the double team has to come. I don't think that really helps Philly. That helps their bank account because now I believe they said their cheapest tickets are something from like $90-something to like $200 and change. So their bank book is gonna look crazy, but that's not a benefit, man. Just he said he gonna kill him because he didn't come to Miami. Ben's like, yo, hello, chillin'. So Ben was like, when he play him, he gonna cook him because he ain't come to Miami. And I'm like, Bam, I don't even understand why you would want to play with him in the first place. Like, I would not want to play with LeBron, yo, because if y'all win, it's all him, and if y'all lose, you did something wrong because he can't never do nothing wrong. He's the GOAT apparently. No, I mean, I would never want to play with that guy. I would never want to play with him. I would have no interest in playing with him. I would never want to play with him. With that being said, everybody have a blessed day. How you doing this morning? Chilling. With that being said, everybody have a blessed day. Go out there and do something worth doing. Something that you don't necessarily benefit from, but that other people benefit from. Stamp God's name on it and let them know that you came in the name of the Most High. With that being said, I'm out. Salute. Everybody have a blessed day. If they let me close the damn app, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Sheesh. Okay, I might not be able to close the app.